Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, seeing much more in the way of sunshine and drier conditions out there today than what we saw yesterday, and expecting a fairly nice and quiet weather day ahead, with the exception of some slightly breezy conditions. Seeing temperatures right around 52 degrees at this time, and will likely stay in the low 50s until we see some cooling conditions as we get later in the evening ahead of our next weather maker that will move through for our Saturday. If we take a look at our current surface analysis, we had this boundary to push through the area earlier this morning, turning those winds out of the northwest, and again seeing some slightly breezy conditions through the day today, as we'll see the periphery of this high pressure kind of skate by the local region, and then we'll see another disturbance again moving into the area as we get into Saturday. Is going to bring some wet weather and possibly a brief period of some wintry mix early on in the day. But take a look at the upper level winds from this morning. Sounding have some northwesterly winds near the surface, and then westerly winds through the remainder of the column here, seeing our peak wind of 72 knots at 20,000 feet, and the freezing level this morning was at 9,000 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, we can see a few clouds around 2,000 feet kind of popped up and snuck through the area, starting to see those move out of the area. Otherwise, just some high clouds around, and expecting that to be the case as we move through our daytime hours today. We'll see clouds on the increase as we move through the overnight. We'll take a look at the European model here as we look at the next several days. As mentioned, dry weather as we move through the day today, slightly breezy conditions going overnight and into the day on Saturday. We'll see those clouds on the increase ahead of this next disturbance that will start lifting into the area. Looks like we'll hold off on any precip till after daybreak tomorrow. As that moves in, we'll see precip becoming likely as we get to the late morning, early afternoon time frame. Again, as you can see here on the model, could see a brief period of some wintry mix around the local area. Better chance of that points north and northwest, but that should be brief, as we'll see warming temperatures and all of that precip transitioning to rain as we move through the remainder of the day and into Saturday evening. As we move into early Saturday morning, we'll start to see that rain moving out of the area, and we'll keep some low clouds around, but slowly start to see clouds breaking as we move through the day on Sunday. Sunday will be on the breezy side behind the system. Good chance of seeing the wind advisory as we move through the day on Sunday, but we will continue with dry weather Sunday as well as into the day on Monday. Mainly just some cloudy weather around, but looking dry as we move through Monday. If we zoom out here, look at the longer term picture, again with the European model. As we get into next week, it does look like we're going to have an active pattern moving through the area. European model here does keep the rain moving in during the late morning hours on Tuesday, similar to what we'll see tomorrow, with a chance of seeing some wintry mix early on as this moves through. Then we'll see what looks to be warming temperatures, with everything transitioning to rain for the local area, and most of the wintry weather staying well north and northwest of the region. Is some disagreement with the models here. GFS does have this winter weather much further south and over the local area, and keeps us on the colder side of things, but a little too far out to really narrow down. It does look like we'll most likely see rain, but that could change. We'll be keeping an eye on it as we move into next week, but otherwise we'll continue to see rain through the day Tuesday and into Tuesday evening, possibly seeing a break in the rain, and then it looks like a good chance for some continued disturbed weather as we move through Wednesday as well as into Thursday, as we kind of move on this kind of train track of systems pushing through the local area, bringing rain and precip into our region. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we'll see yellow conditions for our winds that are above 25 knots. So just a slight chance we'll see a wind advisory as we move through our working hours today. Should stay at or just below that threshold there, expecting those winds out of the northwest, 9 to 14 knots, gusting up to 23 knots. Then we'll start to see those winds tapering down as we move into the evening time frame. Seeing that high temperature, 51, 52 degrees, right about what we're seeing right now, and then we'll start to see some cooler temperatures as we get to the late afternoon and into the evening. Again, mostly sunny through the day today, just a few to scattered high clouds around the area Brief clear skies for the first part of the evening, and then we'll see increasing high clouds once again as we move through the overnight time frame. Those clearer skies will allow temperatures to cool down to around 30 degrees for our low temperature. And then as we get into the start of the day on Saturday, we'll see low and mid-level clouds building into the area with overcast conditions to start the day and some light north to northeasterly winds for Saturday. Tides are running normal at this time, and looking at the extended forecast here, again, we pick up that chance of rain as we move, particularly as we get later in the morning and into the afternoon for our day on Saturday, and that chance of some wintry mix briefly as that precip starts to move into the region before transitioning all to rain. We'll gradually see those temperatures warming as we move through the daytime hours, and that will continue as we go into the evening. We'll see our high around 40 degrees, and we'll actually see temperatures continuing to increase into the overnight time frame and early morning Sunday before they fall down to around 39 degrees for our Sunday morning low. We'll see a fairly mild day for Sunday as well, with a high around 50 degrees, and we'll see decreasing clouds becoming partly cloudy, but we will see those breezy conditions with a good chance of a wind advisory for our day on Sunday. We'll start off with cooler temperatures once again on Monday. Mostly cloudy conditions, our high just around 42 degrees, so just below average for this time of year, and our low temperature around 30 degrees. Keeping those temperatures as we move into Tuesday, and that's when we pick up that next round of active weather moving through the area for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Starting off Tuesday, again, that rain likely moving in by the later part of the morning. It does look like we'll see a chance for some wintry mix, at least early on. Still some uncertainty on if we continue to see wintry weather through the day, or if that moves out and everything transitions to rain. Right now, expecting that transition to all rain, and then that continues as we go into the evening time frame. Slightly warmer on Wednesday, but we continue with about 40% chance of precipitation through the area with a high around 45 degrees, and then slightly warmer again on Thursday with a 60% chance of seeing rain around the area. We'll see a breezier day for Thursday and just continued round of some unsettled conditions as we move through the middle and later portion of the week. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again at 8:15 and 10 a.m. on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.